said they'll never be able to take that away from us. And I guess it's especially, and these guys won't understand because at the tail end of it, and it's all because of them. But I said it's for me personally, it's kind of cool because I think back to 9 years ago when coming over here, a lot of people said, you cannot win at Indiana. And the fact that these guys now are two-time back-to-back champions at Indiana is pretty cool, pretty gratifying.
And then the game today, does it make it tougher when it's a slick turf field opposed to a slick grass field?
Yeah, I mean it's because it holds that moisture there on the surface and everything. Yeah, but it is tougher. I mean, it's tougher to slide, it's tougher to run, it's tougher to pick up a baseball, but it was tough for both teams. So, and it was kind of a sloppy game, I'll certainly admit, but I think the conditions probably warranted that a little bit.
Do you feel like you guys were better prepared for it, I guess? I mean, certainly when it came to sliding, it seemed like you guys kind of talked about that beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny at some of those places those guys were starting. Yeah, I mean, we played on it before, and we talk about it extensively during the game just to remind guys to make sure to do that stuff.
Did there come a point where you're just like, you know what, put the ball in play, just make them have to make a throw?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we try to do that all the time. But, yeah, I mean, even more so tonight because it was tough. I mean, that ball took two hops. It was going to have water all over it. So, yeah, guys were fighting hard to put it in play and make them make plays.
Did a lot of good things at 2 outs. I think 4 of your first 5 runs were the 2 outs.
I mean, and you know that. I mean, usually the team that's getting the 2-out RBI and stuff like that is usually the victor. That was them last night, and it was us tonight. So, huge.
Morris had no one runs tonight. Can you talk about his performance?
I thought he was really good. Did his job, and that's exactly what he probably could have gone a little bit more. But that was my comment to him: with, "Hey, man, you did your job. Let's turn it over to the pen and stay fresh." So I thought he was outstanding.
You obviously got in some games. Just what did he do just to get out of some of those? What did he, I guess, do well once he put some guys on?
I thought he located his changeup and changed speeds and dropped his off-speed stuff in for strikes, which allowed him to get out of really some big jams. Yeah.
I think at first pitch it was 44 degrees. What are some challenges with pitchers, and how do you kind of stay loose and stay warm while on the mound when it's so cold?
Those are the warmest guys ever. It's the guys with snot running out of their nose like me. It's been cold all night. But the pitchers really the easiest guys to stay warm because they're active. But it's all us other guys that just got to stand around and try to stay warm that struggle on nights like this, and of course the fans. But I was happy. There's some fans that stuck around on 11:30, which is pretty cool too.
Just Ramos obviously came up with a couple of big hits, especially because the big one to kind of break it open a little bit. Just how important was he tonight?
He was our player of the game, and it was because of that reason. I mean, it was his hit that kind of got things going. And but I'll still say it. I think we've been flat. I think we were flat yesterday, flat today, and I'm going to interpret that as our guys are maybe thinking about the postseason stuff. I'm not saying that's good, but it's just amazing to me that we're playing for an outright Big Ten title, and that's probably the most lethargic 2 baseball games we played all year. But maybe that's an indication of their mindset.
When you say flat, is that like a pregame mindset? You can just detect?
I mean, honestly, we weren't into it on the bench. We weren't into it. It's just a funny thing. And that's what I said. I said, we're on the verge of doing something really special, which is vying for a national seed. And if our goal is to do what we say we want to do, which is play as deep as we can, not just get to Omaha, that's a key part of it. And we got to make sure that we understand that going into tomorrow's game. That the conference stuff is put away. It's done. It's over. Can't do any more on that. But that game is an important game for the national seeding implications, so we're going to treat it that way.
How did, considering that, how the guys react when they find, when they find out Illinois wins? I guess. Is that was it good, bad, or indifferent?
We were flat, and then we went to, I don't know what another word take it to another level of flat. We went from this to almost like slap hat. I mean, it was just we were not concentrating at all, and that's my fault. We'll make sure that doesn't happen, but it was evident. It's that fine line between wanting your guys to have some fun. They worked hard because it's what we said. One of the hardest things to do in sport, or in life for that matter, is to do something that everybody expects you to do. So, I don't want to make it a big negative. They did something that was pretty impressive. So maybe I should cut them a break a little bit and let them be slap happy.
Let's talk about, winning 20 games, never been done before here. Just the significance of that.
Well, it's a standard. That's been the cool part is with the last 2 years, these guys have set a lot of standards and hopefully passed on a lot of expectation and traditions for other teams to follow. So